So we're stuck in Vegas, no Australia, huh?
I know.
It's a bummer for both of us.
It's the only country that I haven't been to yet in my life that I really wanted to go to. Like, I've been pretty much to every other country I've ever wanted to go to, like my dream country. And Australia is one of them, and I haven't made it there yet. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
So post UFC, you're gonna go with the hair? Is that permanent? No more baldness?
You know what? Let's be honest with you. There's so many bald guys out there now. Like, it's not cool anymore. I've been bald since like 92, 93 by choice, and it's not cool anymore because now everyone's kind of into it. So, I'm reverting back to having hair. And I look good, so I'm just going to keep it.
Oh, okay. If I may say so myself. We got some real good technical breakdowns on this from a stylistic matchup. Number one, you got Keith Jardine against Ryan Bader. Bader still a work in progress, great wrestling base. Jardine's one of these guys who's impossible to figure out. He's losing a lot, but I think you have to look at the level of competition. He's losing to high-level guys.
And that's one of the things that you have to kind of look at Jardine is that he is losing to high-level guys, so you can't really gauge him. You can go, look, well, he's losing high-level guys, but he's having a problem with this kind of style, this kind of problem, with this kind of thing. He's not really. He's just losing. I mean, it's not like, he's getting caught with an overhand right. He's getting caught with a takedown and guys ground and pounding him. You can't say that about him. He's just losing. So it's kind of tough to figure out. I call it a bobblehead style. He's a real big bobblehead style. He's always moving his head. He's always moving his hands. He's fading away. He's throwing leg kicks. He's fading away. He's throwing punches. He's stepping in, throwing leg kicks. He's stepping in, throwing punches. You can't figure him out during the fight. He changes up every single time. We saw it against when he fought Liddell, how he changed up his style in the middle of the rounds to keep Liddell offset. And I have a tough problem with Bader because his stand-up isn't very good. He's got a big overhand right, but guys is wrestling good, and guys is ground and pound good. But ground and pound and in that kind of game only comes from being able to out-shape your guy and be able to grind him up and kind of beat him up a little bit. And he can't really do that against a guy like Jardine who comes in great shape. He trains down in New Mexico. He's got the high-altitude training. He comes in, and he always seems to be in really, really good shape. But it's tough to ground and pound a guy that's in great shape because he's always going to be moving on you. To ground and pound a guy, you got to hold him down, wear him out, and then beat him up. He's not going to be able to do that.
For Jardine to win the fight, obviously, the one thing he has to do is stay off his back. If he goes down, can he get up? And is he dangerous from his back?
I don't think he's very dangerous from his back, but he's also that kind of style of like where there's a lot of good fighters out there that have no technical skill from their back as far as like submitting a guy or doing any damage to him, but you can't hold him down anyway. So he doesn't have to be good from his back because he just gets back up to his feet and punches you again. So it's like how good do you have to be from your back even if you're on your back, you're only there for a couple seconds. And I think that's Jardine's kind of style. But I think Bader, if it goes to the ground, will be able to hold him and wear him down a little bit. But I'm still giving Jardine the nod in this win, but I think it's going to go to a decision. I don't think he's going to be able to finish Bader. I don't think he has enough hand power to be able to put Bader down. He was going to pepper shot him and swell his face up. And I think Bader's always going to be in the fight because once he takes him down, he can get to a position to get half guard, underhook on the far side, just elbow on his head, and you can get him cut and get the fight to stop. But I still think Jardine's going to win this one in decision.
All right. Huge fight for Wanderlei Silva. He's dropping down. There's obviously a goal here. He wants to set up some big fights at 85. And this is a big fight against Michael Bisping, but he cannot afford to lose another fight against a guy like Bisping, who people view as a guy who's not a powerful striker. Good fighter, but Wanderlei can't lose this fight, right?
No, but see, Bisping is a powerful striker. The problem is that people, and it's our fault in the media. We're the ones that did it. We said, we say he's not a powerful striker, and then we saw the way he lost to Henderson, and you go, well, he lost to Henderson this way. He's not really that powerful a striker. It's like, well, hold on a second. He got knocked out by Henderson. Doesn't mean he's not a powerful striker. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of power in their hands that got knocked out. Mike Tyson, how powerful was he in his prime? He still got knocked out by Buster Douglas. I mean, it still happens. I think that Bisping is a powerful striker. I don't think though he has the power to knock out Wanderlei in his prime. Wanderlei is no longer in his prime. He's been hit a couple of times. He's been knocked down a couple of times. He's been knocked out a couple of times. And we all know the more you get knocked out, the more you get knocked down, the easier it is to get knocked out again. I hope that with Wanderlei at 185, him down a lower weight class, him and obviously always comes in great shape, that he's adjusted his punching power a little bit, not so looping, he's straightened his punches out a little bit. I think that Wanderlei not only needs to win this fight, it is a must-win for him, but I think Wanderlei can win this fight because of how he attacks and how he keeps going. He'll go to the body a little bit more than he has in the past, which will open up Bisping a little bit more. But I would think that Bisping, and I'm hoping this, and it's tough because anybody can get clipped, but I don't think that Bisping is going to have that ability to clip Wanderlei the way he needs to be clipped to put him down. I think that Wanderlei's going to win this fight, and Bisping's going to get so frustrated he's going to have to start throwing haymakers himself, which is going to open up his head a lot more, and Wanderlei's going to be able to TKO him sometime in the second.
Would the right approach on this fight be for Bisping maybe to try to get it to the ground, try to get top control? Could he keep Vanderlei down? We've seen good wrestlers keep him down. I don't know if Bisping has the control on top to do that.
There's a lot of guys. Look at like a guy like a BJ Penn when he's on the ground. He has a very technical style, very, very relaxed style, very Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style. Vanderlei Silva's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he has a complete power style. Everything with him is about power. It's aggressive and just pushing a guy off and grabbing a hold of the arm and trying to rip it off. Like it's all power. A guy that has a power style gets exhausted very quickly. Now, Vanderlei comes in great shape. You put a guy down like Vanderlei and you beat him up a little bit on the ground and you force him to use that power game, you're going to make him use up a lot of energy, which goes in Bisping's favor. So, yeah, if I'm Bisping, I'm not going to stand and try to trade with him, and that's just stupid. Right. I'm going to try and get it to the ground, even if it's just attempt a single leg and then back out of the single leg and throw a couple punches and then get back into a single leg and try to hit a double and lean up on him and make him have to work from his back. I'm not going to let Vanderlei work from the cage because he can rest against the cage. I'm not going to let him work from standing up and throwing punches at me because he can rest when he's out there. I got to put him in a position where he's not going to be able to rest, and that's going to be back down on his ground on his back. If Bisping get him there, then he's got a really good shot at trying to pull the victory off. He's got a real good shot, but I'm going to have to make him the underdog in this. I'm not sure what the lines are. I haven't looked at the lines today, but I'm going to have to make Bisping the underdog in this because I think Vanderlei at 185 still has 205 punching power. At 185 still has 205 aggressiveness and 205 strength. Even though he's not at 185, and yes, he's lost some size, I don't think he's lost any strength at that position. Right. I think it's going to be too much, and he's going to run into another problem we did with Henderson. Now, I don't think we're going to see another dynamic knockout like we did with Henderson. I think Bisping is refocused and come back even tougher. I really like Bisping's chances in this fight, but I think that I'm going to have to give the slight favorite to Vanderlei in the second round.
All right. Well, Vanderlei's a little bit more than a slight favorite. He's at minus 150, minus 140. For me, the main event is Cain Velasquez and Rodrigo Nogueira. I think, boy, to try to break it down, it really is one of those great stylistic matchups. You've got a great wrestler against a guy who's awesome off his back, striking on both sides. There's some question marks, but they have some effectiveness. So who do you like in this fight?
I like Cain. I like the wrestler in this one because it's going to be a decision, though. It's going all 3 rounds. I'm not even going to bother trying to break down. It's classic wrestler versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so we know that Cain's taking him down. We know that Cain's going to ground and pound him. We know that's what's going to happen. We know that we've all seen Nogueira take punishment. He's been getting beat up his whole life. He can handle it. He got hit by a truck when he was 4 years old. I mean, come on. If you get hit by a truck and survive, you're doing okay. Mm-hmm. This is a guy who can take some punishment. I don't think Cain can finish Nogueira. I don't think he has the ability to finish him. I don't think he has the ability to really beat him on his feet. Nogueira's got a lot better hands than people give him credit for. He really knows how to. We saw it against Couture. He knows how to really use his hands very well, and he's a guy that can step sideways and doesn't fight like a traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. It's straight back and forth. He's a guy that knows how to turn corners and step side to side. Velasquez is going to come right at him, though. Cain's just going to keep coming at him, keep the pressure on him. I think he's had that kind of pressure. Even in his other matches, he hasn't had the kind of pressure he's going to get from Cain all the time. But Cain's not going to be able to beat him on his feet. He's going to have to take him down, ground and pound and beat him up. I think he's going to win every round decisively, but it's going to be a 3-round decision.